radio show may be over, but Gun Talk continues now in a more informal setting. Get ready for an on-topic, off-topic free-for-all featuring our show producer Jim Kinsey, Micheal, and Michael as they join Tom for the Gun Talk After Show. Enjoy.
The After Show has started. Having some fun. I tell you what, we've got James. You're here you're still in the corner, though. I guess you've been bad.
I'm hiding. So I'm around.
You're hiding. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. And Michael is still wandering around aimlessly in search of a truck.
Yeah, among other things. I would settle for a clown car with 2.5 wheels at this point.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, we're going to have to get a picture of the truck. We're going to have to put it up on the website.
Sure. Yeah, we can make a mascot out of it. I was thinking about seeing if we can get the logo put on the side.
Well, you know what we got to do. Okay, I just got this figured out. Of course, for those who don't know, Michael's truck is, I was going to say famous, but that's not it. It's infamous. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. But here's how we're going to fund Michael's new truck. We're going to have a pay $5 and shoot Michael's truck event.
Yes.
Sweet, I'm in.
Yes.
Go out to the range. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just not going to be in the truck.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
No,
wait a minute.
Okay, $10, okay?
Oh,
Jeez.
okay. All right. Maybe with simunitions.
Yeah, there you go. Interesting discussions today. I never had thought about the whole water park idea. And Jim, during the break, you and I were talking about somebody was asking, how do I carry at a water park? And it sounded like he wanted to carry while he was like in the wave pool or something. And I'm thinking, I'm not doing that. And you mentioned that, if you went to the water park with the kids, you just wouldn't go into the water. That way you could still carry and be safe and kind of look out for them.
Right. You know what water does to me? You fool.
I'm melting.
Yeah, it wasn't really clear whether he was going to participate or not. I'm assuming he was going to participate by the water prevention methods we discussed. But if you're going to be taking kids there not participating, why wouldn't you want to be armed?
Well, unless you know for a fact that nothing bad is going to happen there.
Oh, yeah.
That would be great to know, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd like to hear the rides. Please keep your hand in the rides at all times and finger off the trigger guard.
Excuse me? Okay. Goodness gracious. I tell you what, let's take some callers here. We've got Lee has called in from San Antonio. Talking about a 1911, Lee. What's going on?
Well, you've really piqued my interest for 1911 in a 9mm. So I went to the gun store and started looking at them and really liked the Dan Wesson, the Commander style, I guess is what you would call it. It's a little bit smaller than the standard size 1911. And then they have it in 9mm. And then I discovered that they also offer it in 38 Super. So that's really piqued my interest. What's your opinion? 9mm, 38 Super for a carry weapon?
I'm going to fall on the side of the 9 for a couple of reasons. One is certainly ammo availability. You can find 9 anywhere. The other is ammo price. I think the 9 is going to be less expensive. And there's not a lot of difference between the two. So for carry, I would probably just go with the 9. I think that's going to be the better way to go. You're going to really enjoy a 1911 and 9. It's such a sweet package. It's a lot of fun. You didn't get a chance to shoot one by chance, did you?
No, I haven't, but you and Rob Latham have really piqued my interest in this whole 9mm 1911. So I've got some money ready to leave my wallet. So
well, there you go. And now, of course, in a bigger gun, it's going to have a little bit less recoil with more mass out there. But if you're going to use it for carry, then I would go with the Commander. But if you're going to have it just for range and for target shooting, I'd get a full size.
Okay, well, I may get both. I'm not sure. But it sounds like
I like the way you think. I'm going to get both. Now, that's our kind of guy.
That's right.
Thanks, Lee. I appreciate the call. That is the perfect answer, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Ideally, yes. I'll take one of everything.
That's right.
Play it safe.
Well, I'd like the Commander, but I really would like to have, just get them both. It's okay. Man, I'm liking that. I'm sitting there looking at, what have I got? think I've got 2,000 rounds of 9 just arrived. So it's still in the boxes, all shrink wrapped. I haven't opened it up yet. It's funny. I had somebody on Twitter saying, well, Tom, first of all, he was saying, well, the 10 millimeter, the problem with the 10 is you just can't get ammo for it. Really? Yeah, well, yeah. I said, all you have to do is go to AmmoSeek or GunBot or Brownells or any of these places. He said, well, yeah, you can get it online, but the local stores don't have it. And I said, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like everything else. You can get it online. You make a phone call or you click on this thing and they will send it to your house, and they will drop it off there. How hard is that? Why do people not want to do that?
A lot of people resist the internet, There's a lot of people that don't want to learn computers.
Well, yeah, but on the flip side, I favor a brick and mortar every time I can, too.
Well, sure. But
I get that, but if they don't have it, then I'll go to the web.
Right, and there's a good chance, too, that if you have a favorite gun store in your area, all you got to do is talk to the clerk and say, hey, can you get some of this in for me? And chances are, yeah.
Yep.
So,
Well, if you say, I will buy this if you order it, they're in the business to sell you something. They're probably going to order it for you.
Sure.
Then the guy comes back, he says, well, yeah, but like if I wanted to get it today, all I can tell you, man, is plan ahead. What can I tell you?
Does Amazon have same day delivery?
Actually, they do in some cities.
I wish they had delivered ammunition. That would be pretty awesome. I order everything from Amazon, so if they sold ammo, I would never leave the house.
Okay, just between you and me, be patient.
Really?
Ooh.
You heard it here first.
Ooh.
Yeah, and see, they could take a drone, they could drop it off on my front porch. 5 seconds later, I'm borrowing somebody's car to go to the range.
I'm thinking that the drone can't pick up the ammo, but be patient, my friend. You did not hear it here. I was never here.
Tom knows something we don't.
But it's gonna happen.
That would be so awesome.
Cool.
Now, if the Prime worked, I don't know about that, but boy, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, see, the thing is, they might take a huge hit on shipping costs at that point. But I've been a Prime member since 2008.
But you know what? I don't know if you caught it. Brownells has a thing. It's like the Amazon Prime. They call it the Brownells Edge.
Huh.
Same deal. A one time a year fee, and it covers all your shipping, and that includes ammo.
A lot of companies are doing that now. That's good to hear they're doing it.
What's the fee?
Yeah.
I know what a fee is. Do you know the amount of the fee?
Well, it's a amount of money that you pay somebody, but that's not important.
It is. Oh, my God.
I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah.
There you go. That's right. For those that don't know, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah. Keep you in the dark.
Well, that's right. They're wondering, what's wrong with those people? Well, you just don't watch the right movies. What can I tell you?
Hey, who do you want to scoot over and chat with, James or Gail? Because we have them both.
Let's get Gail on line 2 out of Minnesota. Hey, Gail.
I don't know. I don't get a chance to listen to your program very often. And if you're know anything about the Minnesota high school shooting trap?
Oh, yes. There actually are several places, high schools around the country that are doing a lot of clay target shooting. This is the Minnesota, if you go to mnclaytarget.com, it's all about the Minnesota State High School Clay Target League. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Yep, because last year they had, on a weekend, they had 4,000 kids shooting. In their championship. There's more kids in shooting trap than there is playing hockey in high school in Minnesota. And that's a big deal in Minnesota.
Man, I guess.
Wow.
Huh.
And it's just growing and growing. Just unbelievable how it's growing. And other states should get on board. It is just a fantastic thing that's happening. It's teaching gun safety. It's teaching these kids that the future of the guns ain't all bad. They don't learn that from school. It's totally co-ed. A lot of the girl shooters are better than the boy shooters. I got a brother who's a coach, and he prints up stickers to give to the boys. I was beat by a girl. It is just a fantastic thing that's going on.
Oh, they have to get some of those T-shirts I've seen. It says, shoot like a girl if you can.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I mean, it is really growing, and I think other states should just jump aboard this thing. I mean, it doesn't cost the school district anything. They get a lot of response from local gun clubs and people, and it's just a win-win situation. And other states need to get involved with this.
I agree, and there are a lot of states that are starting this, and of course, a lot of universities are putting in big programs. We're going to be going to feature another one, a brand new one rather, on our Gun Talk television show. We're doing one on the 4-H because the 4-H has the largest youth shooting program in the country, and so we're doing something on that. But I want to get up to Minnesota and do something on their clay target shooting because I think it's a great concept. There are a lot of kids, guys, and I appreciate the call, Gail. Guys, there are a lot of kids who are not big, they're not fast, they're not strong, but they still want to be in a team.
That was me.
And they want to compete.
I was just thinking, Tom, if we would have had something like that in my high school versus the choir, which I'm not trying to disparage choir, I loved it. I loved singing. But if we would have had that instead, I probably would not have gotten into radio, and I would have gone full-time into shooting sports. I was thinking, I would love to have had that.
You'd have gotten into a legitimate line.
A real job.
Yeah, a real job, yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, because that's a real formative time in some young person's life. And if you could expose them positively to the shooting sports, I think it would take a good majority of them by surprise, and they would be in it for life. I would have. I mean, I started shooting before that, but to be encouraged to do it, like I said, I wasn't in sports, not much anyway, and I was not very good at them. So this would have given me another outlet.
I'm looking at their website. It says more than 8,600 student athletes participating this spring in the high school clay target shooting.
That's neat. That's a lot.
That's awesome.
That's really something. Yeah, we got to get up there and do some TV with these guys because that's a big deal. And I may see some of them. I'm sure I will because I'm going to go to the Grand American Trap Shoot in, I always want to say Vandalia, Ohio, which is where it was forever and ever. But it has now moved to Sparta, Illinois.
We got to get you to come to Camp Perry.
Yeah. You ever been there?
No, I've not been to
Perry.
Oh,
yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. About 20 years ago, I was taken 30 feet in the air by a tent trying to put it up. It gets pretty windy.
Well, you always have a storm. Yeah, you always have a storm come through during Camp Perry, don't you?
Yeah. It's a neat place, though. It's a great outdoors place as far as the shooting sports and everything.
Camp Perry, of course, where the National Rifle and Pistol Championships are shot every year. These are the traditional bullseye target shooting and high power. It's funny, we always talk about high power. People talk about high power rifles. The term high power came about because there was a competition called high power shooting to differentiate it from rimfire or small bore. So you had small bore competition, then you had high power, which is simply center fire. But it doesn't mean the rifles are particularly high powered. It's just more than the rimfires, the 22 rimfires.
Well, I just learned something.
But then that spun off to become, those are high powered rifles. Well, no, actually, you would not go shoot at Camp Perry with it. And if you can't shoot at Camp Perry with it, it's not a high powered rifle because that's the actual name of the event is high power shooting.
Let's see that. Learned something again.
I just forgot something I probably needed, though.
When something comes in, something else goes out. Rats. Tell you what, let's take a quick break, and then I'm going to get to James. James, don't go anywhere. We're coming right back to talk with you. We'll be right back with more of the After Show.
The Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably, walk more confidently. When it comes to personal protection, nothing beats a Bodyguard. Choose the lightweight, compact, and concealable Bodyguard 380 pistol or the Bodyguard 38 revolver, both with a built-in laser sight. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably, walk more confidently.
All right, we are back. Of course, the after show continues because, like a lot of things in life, cockroaches for one, you can't stomp this one out. You just can't get rid of it. It just goes on and on.
Well, there's an analogy.
Yeah, that just helped my self-worth. Thank you.
Anything I can do for you guys, I'm there for you. Jeez.
Welcome to Subvermin Radio.
Let's get James in here. That's right. James, Wyoming is with us on line one. Hey, James.
Hello. I got a question, two questions actually. There used to be a sling you could carry a rifle or a shotgun, and you had it strapped on both shoulders and carry it to the center of your back. Was that the San Angelo?
It may be. Then there's another one. I'm looking it up to see if it works that way, but I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. There's one called a Ching sling. That's a split in it, but it's not the kind that goes over the middle of your back. This one was actually created by Eric Ching, and it's a really nice tactical sling. But I know the one you're talking about, where you basically wear your gun like a backpack with a strap over each shoulder, right?
Correct.
I do not remember, honestly. You know what you might do? Just might go poke around the Brownells website. If anybody has it, there's a pretty good chance that Brownells has it there. And just do a search for slings and see if it pops up.
What's a good bullet for a coyote and a 243 that doesn't tear the pelts up?
You want something that's really quick expanding. I'm thinking of something like the varmint grenade. Any of the varmint bullets are going to be what you're looking for. Probably in the 75 grain range in a 243.
I've got some Nosler what are they? Varmageddon?
Is it the Varmageddon? Those ought to work great.
It's a great
Those ought to work. You guys like that? The varmint grenade? Varmageddon? Varmageddon. And these things, I mean, when they hit something, they just vaporize. And so it'll blow the heck out of a coyote, and you get a little small entrance wound and no exit. And the reason, we should explain, James, the reason you don't want an exit wound is because you're selling the pelts, right?
No, the wife wants the pelts.
Even more important.
She makes jackets, vests, hats.
Oh, cool.
All kind of stuff.
Yeah, you don't want a giant hole in your jacket.
Well, for the spring, it'd be nice.
That's right. I don't know. I was going to go somewhere with that, and then I thought better of it and said, no, we're not going there. Okay.
Even on the after show.
Hey, that's right. Some things you can't put those on the after show either. So, yeah. James, thank you for the call. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Varmageddon, the bullets designed. Okay, now here's kind of a thing that people might not know about varmint hunting. Started in the East with people shooting groundhogs. And, of course, you're around neighbors there. And so they created bullets that
they're frangible, aren't
they? Just break up. They just don't ricochet. And they, when they hit the dirt, they essentially vaporize, so you're not going to ricochet and bounce into your neighbor's yard over there or something like that. And so that was kind of the beginning of varmint bullets, I think.
Is a groundhog the same thing around here we call woodchucks?
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
It is the same thing. Okay.
Yep, they are. And they are, by the way, delicious.
Well, the farmers around here will give you $5-6 a piece for every one you take out.
What?
You go out and hunt their land, and they pay you $5, $5 or $6 a piece.
I'll be there with ammo and guns.
All right, I'll get your name. Cow. Yeah,
we could make a day of it.
Because of the soybeans, they eat all the soybeans. Oh, and it just it is a true varmint. It's not a seasonal.
Now, here's the question: are they in a place where you can see them? Because usually you've got a certain time of the year, like in the spring, before the grass comes up, and you can see them. But once the grass gets tall, you're not going to be able to spot them.
Yeah, well, what they do here, I guess they do it early enough, and they flush them with different things you're probably not supposed to be using to get them to leave.
Flamethrowers.
Well, I've heard of things they've used. I don't even know if I want to repeat
hazardous
it,
waste.
Yeah. Kenny G music.
Yeah. Run for your lives!
You're going to get shot. I don't care. I'll risk it. So, yeah, they flush them out, and then they... Yes,
went all Kenny G on you there.
If the grass was tall, yes, you would lose them. But they actually pay to have the amount reduced.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I know that they traditionally have offered bounties on other critters throughout the years, coyotes, whatever the landowners wanted off of there, they would pay people to help them take them off.
Well, see, here's the thing, too. Living in the city as I do, it's illegal to discharge a firearm, which in the city limits, which I can understand that, not that it doesn't happen or anything. But my biggest problem is I've got these raccoons, these 45, 50-pound raccoons rummaging through my crap. And
50-pound raccoons.
I swear to God, dude, they are absolutely massive. When one walked up on me a couple of weeks ago, I almost messed myself. It was terrifying.
Would he tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, buddy,
I need to borrow some food, please"? Yeah, no, it was absolutely terrifying. I actually pulled my Glock on the damn thing and turned around and backed up to the back door. I'm like, please don't come at me. You know what I mean? So,
and you feel undergunned,
Yeah, basically. So I'm wondering if I should just, get really good with a bow and arrow again, or if I could maybe get a good 22 air rifle.
Check and see if pellet guns are okay.
I'm pretty sure as long as you don't, because I have a relatively weak 177 pellet gun, but I think that would just really irritate the thing.
But they've got some now that are like 22s. I mean, they're 22 caliber pellet guns.
My dad's got one that'll shoot through a tree. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he just keeps looking for more trees to shoot through. There you go.
If you ever have a tree home invasion, you might,
Well, I do have a birch I need to take down. Those 22 pellets are expensive, though.
Oh, I bet.
They're almost as much as 22 ammo. I mean, $30 a container? Yeah.
But it's like 500 in a container, right?
If you can find them. Yeah. It's like, I think
how many are in the container if you can't find them?
Oh, 0.
I
hate you.
Try the veal. I'm here all week.
Try the veal. I'm here all week. Yeah, there you go. Oh, my goodness. All right. So let's see. I guess we can tip people off, Jim, to what we did the last week doing the radio show in the Guns and Gear studio.
They're going to find out anyway.
Yeah, they're going to find out next week when they hear the show, so we might as well tell them. It was fun.
It was cool. It was set up different. Instead of doing a live show like you normally do 3 hours straight, plus after shows, etc. Why don't you tell them, considering it's your show? How's that?
Go ahead. You're doing a great job.
Well, you're shooting your Guns and Gear show, which you tie up the studio for long periods of time every year to do that. Scheduling wise, was that what was the impetus to do it, or you just thought it would be a cool idea?
Well, that was the whole deal. We were looking at it and thinking, well, wait a minute. For Guns and Gear television, which we do, we have, 20 different companies come in at least, and we're doing different pieces with them, with Barnes Bullets, with Nosler, with Remington, with Smith, and all these companies. And we said, we have them all here. Why don't we bring the gear in, set up the radio gear, and take an hour out of the middle of the day? And so we did that for 6 different hours. We basically recorded 6 separate hours there. And there was this wonderful energy because you're all sitting together at this table and you're shooting the breeze and you've been working together through the day. And we were actually demonstrating this stuff on the radio. We're cleaning guns and we're doing this. But here's the cool part. Here's the really, really fun part. Since we were on the TV studio, we went ahead and rolled all the cameras on it. So we're going to have these as videos of GUNTALK radio, which I always get confused. Radio, TV, what is it we're doing here?
One of those mediums.
But anyway, so when the show runs, we'll have the video up of those shows that people can go and watch. Like when we sneaked up behind Rob Latham while he's on the radio. Ryan had an African lion rug with a complete head and sneaked up on him in the middle of the whole thing. So.
Plus, you guys are nuts on break. That's the thing that most people don't get to see on the show is what transpires behind the scenes, etc.
And we rolled on the break so they were able to see what was going on there and how nuts it gets, when we're off air.
Yeah,
that's going to be a fun deal. It was crazy. And we were cleaning guns and stuff. The SIP 2000 guys were there. We had the optics. We had everything. Crimson Trace. Some of it was product oriented, but a lot of it was just swapping stories, talking about hunts and shoots. And of course, with Rob Latham, you just kind of say, "Hi, Rob, what's happening?" And then you can just leave. He's got it from that point forward.
Yeah.
We had Paul Pluff and Rob Latham on at the same time. Paul Pluff
and actually got something done.
Well, imagine in other industries we have Springfield Armory and Smith & Wesson together on the show, and we're having the best time ever. In other industries, you wouldn't do that.
Right?
They wouldn't do that.
Right.
Ultimately, it comes down to this: they're just gun guys. We're all gun guys. Even Jessica is a gun guy.
Yeah.
So at Barnes.
Wouldn't you say that a lot of that was brought together by the lawsuits brought to our industry? These guys are not that they hated each other before, but they were competitors and they were friendly and they were buddies, but they were kind of bonded, it seemed.
Well, the companies kind of got together and worked at that point, but I think even before that, they were still just all gun people.
Right.
And they would go out and swap stories and go on hunts and shoot and spend time together. And, we all share a common interest and we also share a common threat.
Just because a firearm might be competition to your company doesn't mean you don't want to take it out and enjoy it,
Yeah. Well, that's what these guys do.
Okay.
Maybe you won't tell everybody, but
Rob Latham on the show is hitting up Paul Pluff from Smith & Wesson, telling him which revolvers he wants. Now here's the thing, and Rob, I guess Smith. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, so Rob works for Springfield Armory. Mm-hmm. He is a shooter for Springfield Armory. He does competition last year with a Smith & Wesson because it's a revolver competition, and Springfield doesn't make that. And not only does he go to this because, we know he wins everything else, he wins the revolver competition.
With a competitor's gun. That's
okay, here's the great part.
Oh, God.
Paul Pluff said, now this is telling stories out of school. He says, the guys back at Smith are saying, we've got to put out a press release that Rob Latham used a Smith & Wesson. And Paul says, no, guys, we can't do that. Well, no.
Let it go.
We can't throw Rob under the bus here. Rob's a good guy. He's one of ours. Yes, he used it. The word will get out. Let it go. But we're not going to make a big deal out of it. And
so you get a poster made up and you put it in the Smith and Wesson, lobby, and then you just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Somebody walks in. They
subtle.
Yeah.
Rob Latham says wheel guns are real guns.
Yeah. Jeez.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Can we sink lower?
Well, I can.
Yeah,
no.
You can.
But even that has to go off air. We can't do that. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, it is always as fun. And next week, I want to encourage everybody to be sure to tune in. And also, as soon as you hear next week's show, you'll want to go on YouTube to see next week's show because it was pretty crazy. We had a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
In the meantime, take some ammo. Go shoot, man.
We're out of here.
Will do.
All right. See ya.
See you later.
Well, there you go. Another Gun Talk After Show is in the can. We sure do appreciate you sticking around. And remember, everything Gun Talk is available 24/7 at guntalk.com. See you next week for the Gun Talk After Show.